Do you know that as Christians, we are called to be street smart? Behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. Be ye therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves. Now, this verse does not mean that as a Christian you should become manipulative, you should become deceitful. No, it's talking about wise as serpents, talks about wisdom, discernment. Harmless as a dove talks about innocence, pure in heart. So a Christian should be spiritually pure, pure in heart, but not naive. A Christian should be kind-hearted, but not easily deceived. Being street smart in a healthy biblical sense, that is wise as a serpent and harmless as a dove, means as Christians you should discern people's intention. If you don't have the spirit of discernment, pray to God to give you. He hears you. You have to have the spirit of discernment, especially in this wicked world that we are. When you have the spirit of discernment, the spirit of discernment helps you decipher, helps you be able to identify the intentions of people. Even sometimes they might still be in them being kind. A part of you will let you know that even this kindness, there is something beneath it. So you have to be careful. For you to be a Christian without the spirit of discernment, I feel like it's you driving a vehicle without brake, because you will definitely run into accident. You will definitely find yourself in situations that you will not be proud of. So if you don't have the spirit of discernment, pray to God for it. As Christian, be street smart in a healthy biblical sense, meaning you should be very discerning. Very discerning does not mean you isolate people. No, discernment means you are around people, but you know how to interact and relate with them as your discernment spirit leads you. Being street smart as a Christian in a healthy biblical sense involves you setting boundaries. You must know boundaries. You need to have the boundaries at heart first. Because if you don't have it at heart first, people will easily come into your life and mess things up. But when you set the boundary, just like a house, there is a gate. So you setting boundaries is like you creating that gate, creating that wall. So when somebody is crossing your boundary, because you already set the boundary, you know, and you'll be able to know how to curb it out or avoid it. Being street smart as a Christian in a healthy biblical sense means you are discerning enough to avoid unnecessary danger. Mind you, unnecessary, meaning that there are some that you cannot, maybe being human, you cannot, is inevitable, but unnecessary danger. That is why you have to have the spirit of discernment, because when you have the spirit of discernment, you'll be able to know how to avoid unnecessary danger, unnecessary traps. People do not just set you up and you fall in. So being street smart as a Christian, you have to avoid unnecessary danger. Being street smart as a Christian involves you do not trust blindly. You don't just see people and trust them. Do not trust blindly. Allow people earn your trust. Trust is to be earned. You don't just see people and imagine, oh, he's a Christian, so I should trust him. No. Allow people earn your trust, so you don't just trust blindly. Being street smart as a Christian involves you understanding how the world works. How the world, world, you are in the earth realm. We have not gone to heaven yet. So in this earth realm that you are, in this world that you are in, understand how it works, understand its modus operandi, understand how it operates, so you can be able to navigate it smartly. Being street smart as a Christian entails that you apply wisdom in conversations and decisions. Proverbs 22 verse 3, a prudent man foreseeth evil and hideth himself. Proverbs 14:15, the simple man believeth every word, but the prudent man looketh well into his going. So being Christian does not mean you should be gullible, does not mean you should be ignorant, does not mean you should be naive, does not mean you should be foolish, does not mean you should trust blindly, does not mean you should let everyone use you, does not mean you should ignore reality, does not mean you should never think critically. No. As Christians, we are called to be street smart in a healthy biblical way. As Christians, being street smart in a healthy biblical sense involves you discerning people's intentions, setting boundaries in every aspect of your life, avoiding unnecessary danger, not trusting blindly, understanding how the world works, using wisdom in conversation and decision. So I hope with this, guys, you should know that whenever you are being street smart in a healthy biblical way, I'm not talking about being manipulative or coercive or any wickedness. No. Whenever you are being street smart in a healthy biblical sense, it's not you going against the norms of Christianity. The Bible calls us to be wise as serpent and harmless like dove. Bye, guys.